A bird born free to choose his cancer, a question with a painful answer, so humiliating to ask. A slave born free to choose his master, freedom just to flee it feeling, fleeing far from daydream dealing, glass ceiling clearly revealing, sealing in the dreams they're stealing, grasping at dispersing smoke, gasping as on dreams we choke. This routine has left me reading the punchline to the cruelest joke. Had courage to dream big, but I got stuck in Dreamland. These dreams that I collected, they just slipped through my hands. I chased my dreams so far that I scared them away. They were close enough to touch, but I couldn't make them stay. Is freedom just a pipe dream? Are things as bad as they seem? Is there more than this nightmare lurking somewhere out there? Is it hiding in the shadows, behind the media stage shows, or buried in the graveyard in a coffin made of credit cards? Society just a shallow veneer of people kept in line by fear, drugged by the myth of love and hope. We convince ourselves so we can cope. And courage to dream big, but I got stuck in Dreamland. These dreams that I collected, they just slipped through my hands. I chased my dreams so far that I scared them away. They were close enough to touch, but I couldn't make them stay. Tonight I'll dream of autonomy, sovereignty and liberty, a world free from plutocracy, a world with more equality. These lies that were told to me and these myths that were sold to me were just another fallacy to keep me in captivity. Encouraged to dream big, but I got stuck in Dreamland. These dreams that I collected, they just slipped through my hands. I chased my dreams so far that I scared them away. They were close enough to touch, but I couldn't make them stay. Encouraged to dream big, but I got stuck in Dreamland. These dreams that I collected, they just slipped through my hands. I chased my dreams so far that I scared them away. They were close enough to touch, but I couldn't make them stay. This perfect world was just a dream, brightly coloured, new and clean, freshly made in Chinese labs, still shining bright with its oily sheen. Miles and miles of plastic grass, a world swept underneath the rug, all rotting underneath. All symptoms masked by this novel drug, but the dirt still piles up on top as artificial lights blaze down on our fragile skin late into the night. A lifeless, sterile, perfect hell. The future was a dream to sell, but it became a nightmare. Into its perfect trap we fell. It's so hollow, it's so fake, so shallow. When will we wake up? There's chemicals in the water and there's chemicals in the food, and we're prescribed more chemicals to balance out our mood. The cure's worse than the disease, now we're addicted to the flood. Ravenous like fleas, gorged full of our own blood. Artificial sweetness to sweeten up the poison, all designed to weaken us. The machine is wearing always on, a lifeless, sterile, perfect hell. The future was a dream to sell, but it became a nightmare. Into its perfect trap we fell. It's so hollow, it's so fake, so shallow. When will we wake up? They smothered all the grass and chopped down all the trees and fed up on their future 8 billion starving fleas. They drained out all the lifeblood and boiled off the seas, then spread out like a tumour this world's disease. It's so hollow, it's so fake, so shallow. When will we wake up? Happiness is just a myth to sell you plastic dreams. Fake people, fake friends, fake smiles on fake screens. It's all fake on TV and it's all fake on the street. We're slowly suffocating, trapped beneath this plastic sheet. This artificial world is all riddled with decay. Outside is new but inside's withering away. We wallpapered over the cracks with posters of a better place, where the paper ripped and the wall fell and the dream vanished without a trace. It's so hollow, it's so fake, so shallow. When will we wake up? It's so hollow, it's so fake, so shallow. When will we wake up? I tried to wish myself well, now this wishing well is my cell. I threw my last coin in as I tripped and fell. Now I dwell down in the sludge with pockets full of dreams, way down by the muddy coins bursting at the seams. It's not as bad as it seems down here, my sobs are too muffled to hear. I float closer to the surface with every single tear. A disc of starlight shines up high, I'm wishing on the night sky. I wished upon a star, but it didn't listen to my cry. Drowning in wishes, choking on dreams. Sky is the limit, now I know what that means. If you aim too high, you won't make it home, just left to die in space alone. I wished upon a star, screaming out to space, howling at the moon, tears streaming down my face. But I lost touch with reality, I lost touch with the ground. Now I'm drifting off out into space, I'm lost and can't be found. High hopes became tight ropes to bind the wrists and choke the throats. Acrid mist to yoke the fists, a tightrope walk to a sinking boat. The climb to the top was a slippery slope, and at the bottom of it is a wishing well full of bones, a dreamer's final resting pit. Drowning in wishes, choking on dreams. Sky is the limit, now I know what that means. If you aim too high, you won't make it home, just left to die in space alone. Be careful what you wish for, you just might get disappointment and regret. This wishing well is deep enough to drown in, so lie down and take a breath when you're ready to give in. Drowning in wishing, choking on dreams. Sky is the limit, now I know what that means. If you aim too high, you won't make it home, just left to die in space alone. They say every cloud has a silver lining, but I flew so high I got struck by lightning. Far away so thin was shining, but the air got thin and left my chest tightening. Suffocation by imagination, from buoyancy to deflation. I had the wind in my sails, now I'm drifting, no navigation. Drowning in wishes, choking on dreams. Sky is the limit, now I know what that means. If you aim too high, you won't make it home, just left to die in space alone. The truth is a manacle that weighs down your conscience, a master tyrannical, you're better off unconscious. Once you've been awakened, you won't sleep the same, with all this filth filling up your brain. The deafening voice for sleep deprivation, the crippling choice, the mental degradation, a life of pain, a mind insane, all optimism down the drain. I'll choose naive optimism over suffering like this. I'll just believe what I'm told, cause ignorance is bliss. A sugar-coated capsule to kill the pain and melt back into the matrix. I couldn't take the strain. The red pill was a cruel joke. I tried being brave but it made me choke. From aspirations to asphyxiation, the truth was shrouded in thick smoke. I swallow up that blue pill. Of this world I've had my fill. I tried to ignore it all, but it dominates my thoughts still. Why put your head above the parapet when you can bury it in the sand? Live out your pitiful existence and avoid the clenched fist of the hidden hand. These are the words of a broken man, a coward that's been defeated. Running on fumes as reality looms, I'd rather be deleted. I'll choose naive optimism over suffering like this. I'll just believe what I'm told, cause ignorance is bliss. A sugar-coated capsule to kill and melt back into the matrix. I couldn't take the strain. I held the tablet in my hand, but it just turned to dust. The grains fell through my fingers, but find them all I must. To find each tiny speck, I crawled through the debris, but those pieces are lost now. It's too late for me. I ran out of resolve from suffering like this. I can't believe what I'm told. Ignorance is bliss. The sugar-coated capsule, I chose to kill the pain. Rolled away out of grasp and tumbled down the drain. Down the drain. Now I'm doomed to see behind the veil for eternity. When you have to choose, don't make the same mistake as me. Don't make the same mistake as me. The truth is overrated and so is being free. I've got a new lease of life. I've been wearing this old leash for life. Will this bird just release me from my lifelong lease? Life is strife, consumption sold by false dream peddlers. Our futures are currency, pumping master meddlers. Stolen futures, blood and soul brokers. Broken futures, funeral pie stokers. Money spent before it's earned. Time used up, hours burned. Lives wasted, thrown away. Lifelong lessons sorely learned. Break the brakes and go down into oblivion. We go shopping trolley out of control. Was it worth my soul? We can watch the world around us as our own ambition drowns us from this forgotten, dried up well. This shiny and seductive hell. Optimism attracts predators, presenters of these infected presents. They rob us of our future and present by their overbearing presence. Bearing these unbearable gifts wrapped up in shiny packaging, all tied up with gold ribbons to keep us tied up and devouring. Calling all pets, gazing at the sky. Pathetic pets, apathetic lives, too tangled up to question why. As life goes slowly ticking by, inner peace gone to pieces, broken pieces of fool's gold, glittery worthless grains of sand, crumbs too small to even hold. Break the brakes and go down into oblivion. We go shopping trolley out of control. Was it worth my soul? We can watch the world around us as our own ambition drowns us from this forgotten, dried up well. This shiny and seductive hell. I was so naive to think that things could be better. Illusions all washed down the sink, they only made me bitter. I bought into the buying frenzy, but it left me feeling broken, empty. Broken by my broken dreams, left me broke, my bank account is empty. Why did I make this bargain when I already had plenty? If you'd have told me I'd be in, I wouldn't believe you when I was 20, I gave in to my shallow whims. It cost me an arm and a leg. This burden cost me all my limbs. Now it's coming for my head. Break the brakes and go down into oblivion. We go shopping trolley out of control. Was it worth my soul? We can watch the world around us as our own ambition drowns us from this forgotten, dried up well. This shiny and seductive hell. Now I'm just a torso without a head. Lavish life but underfed. House so full of luxuries, but I just hide underneath my bed. Underneath my bed. Overwhelming dread, so easily led underneath my bed. Boy in a bubble, head up in the clouds. The sky is the limit, but eyes are looking down. Reflections in a puddle, down on the ground. The world down there is just too loud. He can't see the beauty all around him. Eternally scrolling, it's looking a bit grim. The music doesn't reach his ears, and when he cries the raindrops fall like tears. He can't hear a word that's spoke. He's floating on the wind like smoke. Dreams all burnt up, turned to ashes because of how much time he passes. When he's up there safe and sound, insulated all around. He doesn't care where he goes, he rides the tide when the wind blows. Reality is just too real, and feelings hurt too much to feel. Shoulders stooped, he's in a stupor. His mind's controlled by his computer. He lives life by remote control, unaware he's at his future stroll. Protected by his safety pod, governed by his handheld god. He doesn't even feel the cold. He sleeps while he's past and present soul. Addicted to this astral projection, defense against all human rejection. The virtual world is where he roams. I don't think he's coming home. Escaping into handheld portals, soaring high away from mortals. Aching, yearning to feel numb, but just left empty, deaf, blind and dumb. Reality is just too real, and feelings hurt too much to feel. On the ground now there is no trace of him as he floats off into space. I told him not to drift too far. He left Earth to become a star, but he ended up all on his own. His body's there but no one's home. Oh, if only he had known. From the sky he could have thrown that poison bubble called his mobile phone. Reality is just too real, and feelings hurt too much to feel. Spoon-fed by the algorithm, confirmation bias driven. Prisoners of this echo chamber, sheltered from antagonism. Not confronted by discomfort, grown soft inside our comfort zone. Lost our power of critical thought, another self-policing clone. Drip fed our blue or red, sip by sip, drip by drip. Of our senses we are bled, drop by drop, click by click, tick by tick. Growing sick, polarization of the classes. Divide and rule is the trick, segregation of the masses. I'm feeling like I don't belong, so I just scroll my life away. Even though I know it's wrong, it's getting harder every day. Scrolling in my grave to convince me I'm okay. A spectator, dead but plugged in. A passive passenger, led and sucked in. Believe what we've read and eat what we've fed. Sedentary scavengers fell our own kin. The support machine is draining life. We're dead behind the eyes, addicted and sedate, deaf to deafening cries. Thought machine dictating life, reinforcing lies. Growing egos, sowing hate, our radicalized demise. The world changed around me and I changed too. I didn't change fast enough, but I got a front seat view. I'm feeling like I don't belong, so I just scroll my life away. Even though I know it's wrong, it's getting harder every day. Scrolling in my grave, lie to myself that it's okay. If you can't beat them, join them. Just accept your fate. We had a chance to stop this, now it's too late. We can't think for ourselves now, even told who we should hate. We brought this on ourselves, we gobbled up the bait. I'm feeling like I don't belong, so I just scroll my life away. Even though I know it's wrong, it's getting harder every day. Scrolling in my grave, even though I know it's not okay. This alien planet I found myself on convinced me that the dream is gone. We scroll our pathetic lives away, deep in the grasp of Babylon. I'm a stranger in a strange land, full of plastic palaces built on sand. It's paper thin but the illusion's grand, behind the veil it's all just bland. Slaves to the algorithm, marching to the beat we're given. Left behind if you're out of rhythm, trampled into submission. At the back of the line I fell behind because I couldn't change my mind. Eyes destroyed by the sun as I fixed them on the horizon. Now I stare out in the distance, blind after those who left me behind. and weep for them and what's to come of the future of mankind. I'm crushed by the daily grind, the grotesque face of humankind. Working for most of my life, apathy is running rife. There's third world exploitation and there's increasing inflation. A cost of living crisis is impoverishing the nation. The game of geopolitics is just a briefcase full of hollow tricks. The news is filled with hours of depressing statistics. My glass is half broken, I may be pessimistic. I'll hide away in my hideaway, won't become another statistic. I'll skulk into a quiet room, tuck tightly into my cocoon, and hope the world will metamorphose into something healthy soon. In my wildest dreams, I'll just lie in bed all day, stare out the window as my body wastes away. Blue skies are turning grey, but I'll ignore all that today. This tiny shell where I'm confined, I chose to dwell so I can find freedom from the world outside, the hell that those elites design. Sinking into my sanctuary, thoughts becoming fragmentary, sank into my utopia that's completely imaginary. Thoughts blow out the window as I stare out of my dragon's lair, with cobwebs floating on the air without a single care. Empty room, full of silence, far away from war and violence. I'll get over my privilege guilt by hiding underneath my quill. In my wildest dreams, I'll just lie in bed all day, stare out the window as my body wastes away. Blue skies are turning grey, but I'll ignore all that today. I'll never fix the world alone, but I might fix myself at home. Is there hope for worms like me? Will I grow wings and become free? I'm a happy person with a person aversion, a hermit with a broken shell, hiding in my chrysalis to become a better version of a person, but it's not going well. In my wildest dreams, I'll just lie in bed all day, stare out the window as my body wastes away. Blue skies are turning grey, but I'll ignore all that today. I'm all alone without my phone, in my own exclusion zone, just left here to rest in peace, released when all the war has ceased. There's war and famine going on outside, but I'm too detached to even weep. Into numbness I will slide as I'm drifting in and out of sleep. The older I get, the more I see an ugly world I don't recognise. Can't tell what's real anymore, I've been told so many lies. Escape is the only thing I know how to do. There's only room for one in this shell, so join the queue. This pain beyond my eyes has made me realise the hope for the future has led to my demise. I opened up my mouth wide and swallowed up as they lied, left me feeling hungry, disappointed and dissatisfied. Internal turmoil, coiled in my snail shell, the eternal turtle, our hermit from this hell. Nocturnal knows to self while knocked down by no sleep. Night not turning out right no matter how many pet sheep I keep. A healthy dose of pessimism will free you from your Pronoia Prison. Don't bother to get your hopes up. If your brain says cheer up, don't listen. Let go of your hope, let go of the rails and slide down the slope. Just give up and you'll be free. Just give up and you can be like me. like me. Just accept it, that life's a wound gone septic. Rip off the plaster and let the wound heal faster. The past is a memory, the future is illusory. The present is a gift, we've all been burdened with its purgatory. Babylon has led us on, we're born with plastic shackles on. Tethered to our smartphones with our umbilical cords, our freedom's gone. The rat race is a rat trap, when the whistle blows just backtrack. You can run on the wheel, but you might not make it back. A healthy dose of pessimism will free you from your Pronoia Prison. Don't bother to get your hopes up. If your brain says cheer up, don't listen. Let go of your hope. Let go of the rails and slide down the slope. Just give up and you'll be free. Just give up and you can be like me. Like me. Don't waste your energy on trying to detect when your government is lying. Assume the worst, that everyone is cursed. You can't be disappointed if you're expected to fail first. Give up on your dreams and live within your means. Don't be fooled by shiny pretty pictures in magazines. Once you've accepted that life will be shit, you can move on. Maybe one day you'll get over it. A healthy dose of pessimism will free you from your Pronoia Prison. Don't bother to get your hopes up. If your brain says cheer up, don't listen. Let go of your hope. Let go of the rails and slide down the slope. Just give up and you'll be free. Just give up and you can be like me. Like me. Miserable and free. Like me. I'm surrounded by robots, marching blindly on. I'm feeling out of date, clockwork automaton. The latest model speed ahead, they're burning white hot bright. Blinded by the spark while I still work by candlelight. Outside they disappear, they work their legs but they don't steer. I screamed at them but they don't hear. Now it's too late for them I fear. And so I shed an oily tear as my gears tick with each pace and trundle towards my hopeless fate, headed for the same place. We dreamed of a bright future but we burned ourselves out. Incandescent dreams became old hardware worn out. Do androids dream of freedom while they're asleep? Will we dream of freedom while we're lying on the scrap heap? Feels like life is moving past me but I'm just standing still. Feet keep falling, legs are numb, evaporating will. Wandering in the wasteland, I've forgotten where to go. Was there a destination, did I ever even know? At last a pinprick in the distance, a glimmer of hope, a dim glow. I wind the key in my back and march off, steady slow. But when I reach it, all hope crumbles for all that's left to see. Is a fallen comrade left behind, burned too brightly deep. We dreamed of a bright future but we burned ourselves out. Incandescent dreams became old hardware worn out. Do androids dream of freedom while they're asleep? Will we dream of freedom while we're lying on the scrap heap? Dreaming in binary, marching single file as the clock hand ticks away around the dial. We dreamed of a bright future but we burned ourselves out. Incandescent dreams became old hardware worn out. Do androids dream of freedom while they're asleep? Will we dream of freedom while we're lying on the scrap heap? My once well-oiled cogs seize up, grind themselves to dust, with every step a part of me left lying out to rust. Robot corpses strewn around as far as the eye can see. It took me longer than the rest, but I got here eventually. Is this it? I ask myself as I lie upon the ground. I spent my whole life searching for something that can't be found. We dreamed of a bright future, but we burned ourselves out. Incandescent dreams became old hardware worn out. Do androids dream of freedom while they're asleep? Will we dream of freedom while we're lying on the scrap heap? The world was a scary place when I was a kid. I thought I'd understand it one day like all the grown-ups did. Then I got older and it all became clear. The adults they were just like me, they had no fucking idea. I'm all grown up now and time is going quicker. But instead of getting better, the world is getting sicker. The older that I get, the more baffled I become. The world is changing for the worse. What's the world become? Something's wrong and no one cares. It can't be fixed by hopes or prayers, or by dead-eyed vacant stares from sycophants for millionaires. It's all fucked up beyond repair. We sleepwalk into our own cages. We think we're free, we'll never see. Just pawns puppeted through the ages. The planet's heating up, the kids don't go outside. The bankers are getting fatter from the rich and poor divide. The prisons overflow with drug possession crime, while politicians and CEOs sniff line after line. We live inside our smartphones to escape this place and glare out with green eyes at the winners of the rat race. The world I knew is long gone because it never existed. The world has always been this fucked, but as a child I missed it. Something's wrong and no one cares. It can't be fixed by hopes or prayers, or by dead-eyed vacant stares from sycophants for millionaires. Dystopian reality has reared its ugly head. Technology to save us all, a future filled with dread. Distracted by frivolity, into hell we head. Some of us will trip and fall as on our dreams we tread. Something's wrong and no one cares. It can't be fixed by hopes or prayers, or by dead-eyed vacant stares from sycophants for millionaires. The sleight of hand is out of hand, it's got us hypnotised. Smoke and mirrors, choking senses, deception visualised. Capitalism's a new name for feudalism, it's just the same. Corporations rule to keep the serfs and peasants tame. One of us is screaming loud over the hum of TV sets and howling pets. What has the world become? But no one listens to him, they just carry on their game and slumber into annihilation. It really is a shame. Oh, what a shame, such a shame. The man says as he bows down and lets himself be tamed.